I'm so tired of dating, which is fun, and generally I enjoy it. But I am tired of my weeknights being spent getting dressed up. I just want someone to come over and lay on the couch so I can feel someone's body heat. That isn't this guy. He's sick of me too. He's sick of it. They want me home. They want me on the couch. They want a new dad. They want a father. This is a home without a male figure. They're sick of it.
This is what dating is like, if you want to know. I was on a date with a guy that I've known for years, and he told me that people that take medication are psychopaths. And afterwards, I said, oh, I've been on medication, I have depression. And then he said, yeah, depression's fake. Depression is literally not real. You can have that opinion, but maybe don't say it. Maybe keep your mouth shut. I don't know. And maybe don't be so small-minded. You can still sympathize with people about something that you don't have. And you're lucky that you don't have to experience it. But okay.
I just don't care anymore. That's it. I don't care. I've given up. You know, I go on a date the other night, right? Guy's like, I found you online. You found me online? Good. What do you want? A prize? Like, what do you want me to tell you? You found me online. Great. And what I look like with my hair in rollers and no makeup on. There you go. You saw the worst of it.
Can y'all settle an argument I'm having? Imagine you're a 33-year-old man on Hinge. What is an appropriate age to set your minimum age preference at? So you know how on Hinge you can set your age preferences to 18 to 100, or I don't know what the minimum and maximum are. But if you're 33-year-old man, how low can you go? Yes, I know legally it's like 18, but morally, ethically, what is that number? I'm having a disagreement with someone right now about this, and I'd like to know the public's opinion. For me personally, as a woman, I can't imagine going, I have a number in my head, I'm not going to tell you. I can't imagine going below that number. But I feel like for guys, for some reason, they're willing to go way lower. And I want to know your thoughts.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Josten J coming to you another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. All right. Men are ignoring women, and they are thirsty for attention in modern dating. We got action. Let's cook.
Can someone explain the science behind the fact that I get ignored at any retail store that I go to? So they won't acknowledge me. They won't ask if I need help. But like if somebody walks in right behind me, they'll ask them, they'll say hi to them, not me. I can walk around aimlessly for 20 minutes and I get ignored. What's that about?
People are leaving you alone, and it's still a problem. And I say people, but what she really means is men. That's what she's getting at. People are leaving you alone. See, she wants attention for simply existing. Let's be real. She puts effort into her presentation, into her appearance, and she wants praise for it. But women are supposed to be good looking. It's one of the only jobs that you actually do have as a woman. So you're supposed to be good looking. Guys aren't making it a big deal. They're leaving you alone. She's talking about, you know, they're giving help to other people, but they're not trying to assist me. Typically, when we go to stores, we know exactly what we're looking for. And if we don't, we ask for help. It's the same thing as, why aren't men approaching us? I seen this fine dude the other day. Why didn't you go approach him? Why didn't you say, hey, nice shirt. Where'd you get it? Hey, have you tried this before? This is my first time. Strike up a conversation. No, it's on him, whether he finds you attractive or not, to talk to you. But closed mouths don't get fed. We are in a new time now. We are in a new time now. She thinks that she's God's gift, and it ain't going that way. But what's the problem here? Her thirst for attention and validation is not being met. And you guys wonder why they hop online. They start OF accounts. They search for validation online. It's because in the real world, people are minding their business. and they have a problem with it. Let's get the next one.
Like, this makes sense to me. I'm talking to a guy from Raya who just moved to Chicago. We talk about how we love coffee shops. I say my favorite coffee shop. He's out of town. He comes back, I think 3-4 days later into town. The very next morning, he goes to the coffee shop without me to get a coffee. I'm so confused. Like, didn't you want to ask me on a date there? Like, why would you just take... I don't understand. I'm just so confused. Why would you go to my favorite coffee shop without asking me to meet you there? And I even said, like, oh my God, that's so funny. I'm on my way there. I'm going to be there soon. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to leave. And I'm like, I'm just... Man, you confuse me as a species, really, truly.
So because you said that that's your favorite coffee shop, he was supposed to just stop what he's doing and wait there for you or invite you there. However, she thinks it's supposed to go in her head. This is a perfect example of men have to learn women. Women never have to learn men. Let me give you an example. You know, Joseph, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not ready for a relationship. Joseph doesn't understand that. That means I'm not ready for a relationship with you, but he has to learn that from hearing that a bunch of times. Women don't have to understand that I'm getting coffee here. I don't want to get coffee with you. Now, does that mean that he doesn't want to take her out? No, that's not what that means. But I'm getting coffee by myself. I don't want to get coffee here with you. I don't care if it's your favorite coffee spot or not. Women don't understand this because men do not give them pushback. Men don't give them resistance. Men chase them in the beginning. When they get older, it's like, what's going on out here? What's going on? And what this also proves is men are the prize, because once again, another video of a man's indifference down for the books. Let's get the next one.
Sorry to all the feminists for what I'm about to say, but I unfortunately do want a man to boss me around. I want a man to tell me what to do. I want a man to tell me to shut up and stay put. Listen, I have more masculine energy than half these men out here nowadays. Okay, I boss people around all day. The last thing I want to do is lead in our relationship. No, thank you. No, thank you. And listen, girls, the way you know if a man is really a masculine at his core is the way you receive his energy. You can't fake energy. If a man gives you an order and you immediately reject it with like, who the hell do you think you are? You probably have more masculine energy than he does. He's just being toxic. But when a man is really leading and he's a real masculine man, you'll feel protected. You'll want to be led and you'll feel like a little girl. You'll be like, yes, daddy. You'll accept it. So you can't fake this, okay? Don't try to fake it. But yeah, unfortunately, I do need to be told to shut up.
This woman, you see, it always seems like it sounds correct, right? No. She's chatting shit. She's speaking nonsense, right? When you give a woman instructions and she doesn't want to follow them, she gives you pushback, she's not really into it, she's not sexually attracted to you, she does not find you desirable like that. It has nothing to do with your masculinity. She's saying, well, if a guy's giving you instructions and you don't follow it, he's faking it. He's toxic. No, that's not what that is. You're just not attracted to him. But see, that gives them power. They're still in control by her using this rhetoric. Well, you get to decide who's masculine and who's not. That's not how that works. It's nonsense. And I find it funny that she's apologizing to the feminist movement like she's setting them back 1,000 years for simply giving into her wishes as a woman, giving into her nature as a woman. It's so bad that they have to apologize for it. No, this is the way things go and you're trying to fight against it, but you cannot fight against your biology. Let's get the next one.
What do you mean you don't have a boyfriend? You're so pretty. What do you mean you have 0 men in your phone? What do you mean you've gone 8 months without... What do you mean? That makes no sense. Yeah, well, combine pretty with intelligent, strong, successful, slaying at life. You've got a very terrifying woman on your hands. A very not easy woman on your hands, right? Men don't like that. Men do not like me. Men are very, very terrified of me. And the men who do like me, the ones that are attracted to me, are unavailable. Men who are in relationships actively. And uggo weirdos. Because at the end of the day, I am merely just a fantasy. I am not a real human because of the pretty and scary. So yes, babe, I'm alone. I'm very, 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 very single.
This goes back to the first clip of a woman thinking that she's God's gift. They all have this complex, right? Not all women, but a lot of women, man. They have this complex. So the guys that you would be interested in are in relationships, or they're just not available. And then there's the leftover guys that you don't really want like that, calling them ugly and all of this nonsense. The guys that you would go for are slaying it in life. You know, people have a real problem with accepting that they're average, but once you accept that you're average, you use the tools that you do have to gain access and leverage and become above average. Now, men suffer from this as well as women. It's a human nature thing. Guys would hear this, or a woman would hear this and think, I'm not average, I'm not accepting that. No, you accept that you're average. Then you work your way to become above average through accepting that you're average. There's nothing wrong with accepting that you are average and saying to yourself, I'm going to work harder to become above average. Women have a problem with this. They don't want to work to become above average. They're just like, yo, listen, I'm above average, even if it's not reality and it's delusion. But that's the problem here. A lot of people have a problem in the dating market, don't want to accept that they're average. I want to date a supermodel. I want 8s, 9s, and 10s. Okay, well, do you understand that they're going to want something in return? You can't be mad at them because they're not choosing you. Women on the flip side, I want to date a guy who's 6'5", blue eyes, a guy in finance, and then they get mad that every dude that they interact with that wants to pursue them isn't that. Well, do you deserve this type of guy? Answer to this a lot of times is no. It's no. They don't understand.
So I just have a question. Where are the men genuinely asking from a woman who is single in her 40s? I've done the dating apps. I've done it. I'm done with it. I'm done. But I've noticed the last couple of men that I've dated, gone on dates with, they want to be chased. They want to be courted. They want to be the woman. When did this happen? Why did this happen? When did this happen? Where are the men that actually want to be men and be gentlemen and be chivalrous and be respectful and want to do all the manly things? Where are you people? Honestly, where are you people? I don't understand this. It's like they are waiting for me to ask them out on a date. They're waiting for me to say, oh, are you available Friday night? I'm like, hello. When did this happen? And I'm talking about middle-aged men here. I'm not talking about guys in their 20s. And honestly, maybe I should start dating younger people. I don't know. But I'm talking about middle-aged, over-the-hill, balding men. And there's nothing wrong with going bald, by the way. I'm just saying, like, you're past your prime. And yet you think you should be the one being chased. You know, I would like to be in my feminine energy and be soft and pink, but I can't do that if you are in your feminine energy all the time and you're being soft and pink. It doesn't work that way. I don't want to be in my masculine energy. I want to just not have to think. I want you to call me and say, hey, are you available Friday, 8 o'clock? I'll come pick you up. Great. What is going on in the world? I'm out here on Long Island. For those of you that don't know, it's in New York. Where are you people? Where are you masculine men? Where are you? I don't know. I just don't get it anymore. It's crazy. Anyway, that was my little rant. But genuinely asking, where are you people?
Men are everywhere. Men are everywhere. Good dudes are everywhere. But the problem is, you don't see the good within a dude. You're looking for a guy who's better than you, and you're honestly 40 years old. What do you expect? What do you honestly expect? She's never going to answer that question. Men don't want to be chased too. This is another thing I want to talk about. Men don't want to be chased. Men want for you to reciprocate the energy that they're willing to put out. She's talking about, should I just go for younger men? Honestly, yes. Yes, you should go for younger men that can offer you just sex. You deserve nothing else. You're looking for gentleman treatment. Treatment that a woman should be getting as she's coming up building with the guy. That's that forever type of treatment, right? You do not deserve that treatment now. You're at your wit's end. You're done. You're washed. You're done. You're finished out here. You're done. This isn't a rom-com. This isn't a movie. You are done out here. No, men should not be trying to invest into you after it took them time to build their investments. Oh, these men are over the hill. This is what she thinks. Like she would be doing them a favor. No, not at all. Not at all. Women have really lost the plot out here, and it's funny. You should date younger men. Just date younger men. See, women think that they're going to get back out here and an older guy is going to entertain them and show them a good time. For what? For what? Nothing. For nothing. You know, it's funny that they don't want to accept reality, yet they want to open their phone and make these dumb videos. Let's get the next one.
As a former madam, I'm going to tell you something most women don't want to hear. You think you want a provider man, you want to be a sugar baby, you want someone to take care of you, but most of you are not cut out for that life. Getting someone to take care of you, it's not glamorous, it's hard work. Getting that man to do things for you will mean that you have to compromise a lot of your self-worth most of the time. And many of you are trying to finesse men who aren't prepared. They're actually looking to date you, and you're trying to figure out what you can say to get him to spend or what you can do to turn him into that provider man, and that's not a role he actually wants. So if you want to be about that life, then you have to be about that life. You have to start looking for men that actually want to be that role, and you have to look at yourself as a business and a monetization vehicle and approach dating that way. You literally can't be trying to turn regular men into tricks, and you have to think of yourself in a different way, and that is a hard leap for most women to make.
Bingo. This is what I'm always trying to get across. They can want provider men, but they can't expect for regular men who have self-respect to become a provider. It makes no sense. Put yourself in position to be around rich or men with money or losers with money, however you want to say it. Put yourself in position to be next to them and then work to get one of them. But once again, women are lazy daters. They think that men with money or that are willing to trick on them and simp on them, they think that these guys are going to fall out of the sky. Or there's so many of these guys around that they could pick one. I love saying this. There's not enough of them to go around. For all you ladies, there's not enough. So what are you going to do? Are you going to work with the dude and build with the dude? No, you want to move in with the dude. Women that are older especially don't understand this. Men your age have been through the ringer. Men your age have been through a marriage and a divorce. Men your age have had a woman cohabitate with them and they just don't want to deal with it anymore. Men have taken big losses and now they're on the rebound. They're building themselves back up, or they already built themselves back up. Now they're taking extra precautions. So when women think that they're going to come out here and get a provider, do you actually have what it takes to obtain a provider? And not provider in what it actually means, what they want. You know, taking 8 trips a year, working remote. The guy makes so much money, he can give them an allowance and drip them out in diamonds and fancy stuff and Dior and Gucci and Louis and give them money so they can go to Sephora and Ulta and pay their car note and they could be driving around in a G-Wagon. No, this is not reality. So you heard it from her first. Do you have what it takes to obtain one of these guys? No. Women are complaining because they're missing out on the attention from men that they used to get. This is not a man's problem. If anything, men should feel proud of themselves. That women are coming to reality of men aren't slaves. Men aren't losers. Men are not here to serve you and get nothing in return. You should always... See, this is what I mean about when a woman is interacting with you and you're just being like normal with her. You can always tell when she finds you attractive because it's something about that that's bugging her. She starts to act weird towards you. When a woman just doesn't care, it's because she doesn't find you attractive, but women can tell when you're not affected by them. It's something in your aura. It's something that they can tell this guy's not a sucker. And they have a problem with this because there goes that free attention. And you'll see this a lot. They'll get free attention from other guys, but they don't want it. And all this does is help a man with self-respect understand, I'm doing the right thing. So this was men are ignoring women and they're thirsty for attention in modern dating. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. It's your boy Josten J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Please tell me why it feels so disheartening when you're trying to get back into dating and it's like you're happily single, you're independent, you're healed, you've done therapy, you feel like you're in a place where you don't need a partner, but you'd be open to meeting the right person. I've been on a few breeze dates. Some have been first dates, some second, third, fourth dates. But yeah, like it always seems to be the same kind of situation where one of them will ghost, or I'll usually be the one to like cut things off. I always send a nice message because I just feel like it's the most respectful thing to do. But even the guys who seem like emotionally mature never really seem to send these kind of messages. They just ghost and disappear. And I never get upset about the guy in particular because it's not like I'm actually catching feelings for any of these guys. But it's more just like the overall feeling of disappointment, being disheartened, and it's just draining. Like I feel like it's the same situation again and again and again. And am I the only one who feels this, or I feel like other people can probably relate to this?
Listen, I'm seeing a lot of older women out here claiming they want a good man. Now, these are women who are in their late 30s, 40s. They're out here saying how bad they want a good man and what a good man at. Knowing good and well when they were in their 20s, early 20s, they were not looking for good men. They were looking for street thugs, gangsters, the dudes with the swag. You wanted the attention and you wanted to have fun. And nobody prioritized a good man then. There were probably good men all around, but they didn't want a good man. That man was too nice. He was too straight-laced. He was not what you wanted. Now all of a sudden you're 30, 40, you ain't got no man. Now you want a good man. I'm just saying.